God is doing a new thing. And we have this great privilege of being on the leading edge of it. Like pioneers going into a whole new domain of what God can and will do. His kingdom is truly coming. I mean, the time is now. It's right here where the word of God, this amazing gospel message, this good news that Christ has come, that he took on human form, human flesh. God became like one of us to come and save us. He came to us, and now we are being sent. And we can go further and faster than anyone ever imagined before. And we get to be a part of this first wave of this movement. And I want you to get it. I really do. I want you to get it, because if you get it, if it really makes sense to you, then you can get on top of that wave. And man, it will be exhilarating. It'll also be a little scary. It's going to make your heart race at times. But it'll also give you an entirely new perspective. You'll be able to look around and survey the changing landscape and go, that's where we're going. We're going there. To the very place where everybody else had kind of written off. The place where others thought maybe Jesus couldn't go or his church wouldn't go. Well, times have changed. And if we get it, then we get on board. And if we get it, and we've got it. Oh, it'll be so good. It will be so good because people, regular, ordinary people, they'll begin to view themselves as priests, the priesthood of believers that is talked about in the New Testament. This is what we were set up to be. This is what we were called to be. What God saved us to be, his priests, co-laborers with Christ. We know the Father's business. That's why Jesus calls us friends. We share in his work of saving the world. And it's not just a work that is set aside for a select few. No, it's for everyone who's a part of his kingdom. And as we begin to have the right view of self, that we are called by God. Called. Isn't that an interesting word? To be called, to be selected, chosen. That God looks at you and he declares that you are picked, chosen, selected to be one of his priests. That's a game changer. You see, for far too long, the church has kind of looked at themselves as just kind of secondary to the real leaders of the church. You know, those who have the priestly robes and the priestly adornments and the priestly collars and the priestly hats and the kiss the ring nonsense. Why? Jesus called you. Just like he calls everyone who comes and follows him to share in his work. And his work is to preach good news. Preach good news. You talk about an amazing work. Hey, here's your job. Your job is to tell people good news. I can't think of a better job in the entire world, the history of humankind, than to be a preacher of good news, a declarer of great news, that there is a God who loves you. There is a God who created you, that you're not an accident, you're an on purpose, that there is a God who has proven and demonstrated his love for you by sending his son to come and make a way for you to be with him forever, to give you life with meaning and purpose. Do you get it? Have you got it? Good. Let's go.